Let's stay on the campaign trail. Political party leaders are racing around the country trying to win over voters as the election campaign heats up. The public gets to see and hear snippets of what they're up to in the media, but what are they actually doing all day? In the first of two pieces on the Labour and National Party leaders, our Deputy Political Editor Chris Bramwell pulls back the curtain on what a day on the road with Jacinda Ardern is really like.
Yeah, we might hang out here. Yep. Coffee or tea or water?
It's 7:30 in the morning and Jacinda Ardern has just arrived at RNZ in Auckland for her morning report interview with Guy on Espiner.
Well, the Labour leader Jacinda Ardern is with us now in the Auckland studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's not the first media interview of the day.
Joining me now is Labour leader Jacinda Ardern. Nice to have you.
Nice to see you. Grant's going to love being called a big...
Labour leader Jacinda Ardern is with us this morning. Tēnā koe.
Good morning, Morena.
Do you believe that?
What time did you get up this morning?
5 a.m. Yeah.
That's pretty early.
Yeah. No, that's the routine at the moment. Yeah, not every morning's 5, but every morning's pretty early at the moment. Yeah.
And do you have breakfast before you leave?
No, not that early. If it's 6, I probably would, but 5, yeah, not quite ready to face the full brunt of the morning yet.
So you're doing all these media interviews with no breakfast?
I've got a banana and a protein shake in the car, so yeah.
It's the start of a long day for the Labour leader, but it's typical of life on the road during an election campaign. After a stop at another media outlet, it's off to Western Springs College.
Please welcome with a warm round of applause, Jacinda Ardern.
The school hall is packed to the gills and students are stoked to have a policy announcement that relates directly to them made at their school.
Every time I've been on campus, people have rightly raised with me that...
Outside the hall, Jacinda Ardern spends 10 minutes answering questions from reporters about Labour's plan to raise student allowances and bring forward the first year of its free post-secondary education. Then she's into the Crown car and off to a TVNZ event to be interviewed by intermediate school students before arriving at Auckland Airport for a midday flight to Gisborne. Students from Gisborne Intermediate School wait impatiently inside the terminal for the Labour leader to get off the plane. After a quick chat with the students and their teachers, it's into another Crown car to be whisked away to the Eastern Institute of Technology.
Do you ever play around with cars at home or...
Jacinda Ardern has an easy manner and a ready smile, so students warm to her immediately, even though many have no idea who she is.
Do you know who she is?
No. I know that she's in the Labour, but yeah.
After a tour of various parts of the Polytech, including the ubiquitous high-vis vest and not very flattering hairnets, Jacinda Ardern does a quick speech to party supporters in the student hub. Then, after another quick media stand-up, she heads to the suburb of Kaiti to talk housing with a group for an hour. Then the final official engagement of the day is with students and teachers to talk about suicide and bullying.
Feel free to ask me absolutely anything that you want. You know, don't feel like you need to hold back. Ask me anything you want about what we do.
While that's the final item on the official diary, Jacinda Ardern squeezes in a live radio interview en route to her partner's parents' house, where she's staying the night and doing her weekly Facebook Live chat. Tony and Perry Gayford are relaxed about the sudden entourage of people appearing on their doorstep, including security detail and fancy Crown cars.
So do you girls want anything? Drink, tea, coffee, wine? Oh.
They're super friendly, offering tea, coffee or wine, and then exclaiming they should have cooked dinner for everyone when asked for a restaurant recommendation in town. Ms Ardern's nephew doesn't care about the sudden influx of smartly dressed visitors who appear out of nowhere. He's just happy to see Auntie Cinda.
Who's that? Theo?
Hey Theo, how are you? Sorry, I was just on the radio.
No, that's all right.
Theo!
I have a card for you.
You have a card? Did you make me a card?
Yeah, and for Clark.
And for Clark. Uncle Clark's not with me.
Labour's former deputy Annette King, who has been accompanying Jacinda Ardern a lot on the campaign trail, arrives to host the Facebook Live in the Gayfords Lounge. They run through some of the questions that have come through already, and staff back in Wellington point out the rowing picture in the back of the shot, saying it looks a bit like National's campaign ad from the last election. Jacinda Ardern isn't bothered though and says she'll address that in her introduction.
And it's been pointed out to us that it may look like we're sitting under the inspiration for the National Party rowing ad for this time. I thought I'd just call it out.
Yes,
yeah,
but that actually is us rowing in the same direction.
And possibly, and quite possibly winning that race as well.
I'd say so.
Before we kick off...
It's now almost 7 o'clock at night, and when the Facebook Live is done, there's still work to do. Emails and a short video explaining this morning's education policy announcement. It's a hectic and long day, but Jacinda Ardern will have to keep that up for the next 24 days, and if she wins, she'll have to do it for at least another 3 years after that. Mō te hōtaka o te ahiahi nei, ko Chris Bramwell ahau.
And Chris will be going on the campaign trail with Bill English too.